Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, April 11th. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We're taking a look at the RTY because it really has rotated. The trade state for everything now is neutral, right? We're in this cautionary yellow/orange area where we are coming in and really taking a dip into key support zones that we can see on the week. And so that's really what we're focusing on today as we look in the charts. I know we are intraday traders largely, but the key thing to watch is where am I in relation to the broad price action? And we can see that what's happening here is old resistance, new support, in a potential move, right? After that, 1971. But this is pretty key right here. Notice and I don't show this very often, but when you have a double stochastic, one of the key things to do is draw a line right in the middle of that 50 area. So it gives you a shot to see, well, wait a second, could I simply bounce? And yes, right? Jobless claims come in good, PPI comes in not too hot. We could be bouncing, right? Apparently this is a 20-day simple moving average or something like that. Yeah, it could easily, right? So our key levels to watch here, 2019, buyers are going to try and come in there. They're going to try and push up into maybe the 2054 area, 2050 area. If that does not happen, we've got ourselves sideways formations. And you know that I believe that this is where we're going to sit for the entire summer. We also have some crazy saber rattling across the pond. And that's got some troubling things. Look, we're going to change this to an orange state because I do believe that that is really much more of what we're looking at. We're in a neutral zone. Neutral zone means that our edge is going to have to be looked at in a little bit of a different light, okay? When you're in a neutral zone, you can go, okay, I'm going to look for those really deep dips, and I know I'm going to buy it. People are going to stop in, all right? When you're in a neutral environment, like we are right here, what we end up seeing is price action that can go either way. So it reduces our edge in terms of saying, yes, definitively, I can buy this 174 or whatever it is, right? 5180. 5190 was the number everybody was staring down yesterday. It really is going to be the number we have to get up and over today, right? We simply have got to get up and over 5185, right? That's what we have to get up and over. And if we can, then we'll start choking into 5200. Now, 5215, I think, is going to be resistance today. The deep support line, I still think, is way down here where these weeks are. I'm going to pull this line right into that zone, 5141. And then 5130, I'm going to get rid of this Fibonacci for right now. It is just gumming up the works here. Remove. Okay, and we can see clearly this is what's happening. Look, see how the 50 line, see how much strength there's still in the market all the way up here from a weekly perspective. This is strong price action. And so if we go to the daily, we can go, oh, it looks terrible. But really it doesn't. It's touching a moving average that it's broken through. Here is frontline support. Actually, let's move the line down. We can see from a daily perspective, it really looks like it's 5171 is a much better number for us to start eyeballing to go, all right, let's see if the buyers come in there. And then that zone, if not that zone, we've got the line further down into 5141. And so we're sitting in this very tight range of motion relative to the big moves in the market. This price action is just a blip that's come into frontline support and is very likely to bounce because we've got so much bullish action in the broad space. Okay, let's take a look at the NQ. All right, and sorry, I am going to change these to orange because they're concerning. Okay, neutral state, yes, but definitely not neutral to bullish anymore because we're making a breach of an area that's potentially able to set us up in a broad sideways pattern. So let's take a look at the key lines in focus from a weekly perspective, we're still, oh, I like that. That looks really great. Okay, if it loses that, where do we have the most congestion? Looks like somewhere around here. All right, so I'm going to make these round numbers because really, who cares? And then let's put the 50 line here, right, thereabouts, so we can see this one's moving down just a little bit. But the key support zone that we want to watch for is this 1855 on the day. And then if not, we've got 17,840. That's the real line we're staring. Holy smokes, we got ourselves a rainstorm. For the range support, it's 18 and 55. Range resistance, we're still going to leave it way up there. But I suspect, I don't know, I'm going to say 515, right? Because you never know. These things could run like the wind. Okay, so these are the key zones. We can see the buyers. Look for this line. When it comes in here, go, you know what? I'm staging myself along, right? Your risk becomes very, very low. Trust me. If you're just patient and you go, oh, here it is. I think I'll give it a go. Now we're sitting up in this zone. Take a look. See all these wicks? Hard pressed. So let's go to the daily and see if we can find the stronger line. Very heavy congestion here. This is no man's land. It could be anywhere in that zone. So I'm going to move it down into the wicks here, where we can see, if we look to the left where this is tracking, we can see a tremendous amount of price action support, somewhere around 17,950. Okay, so I'm going to put an alert there, see if it comes down anytime soon, or maybe not so soon, but that is going to be a region. No, that's going to be a region that we want to check out. All right, this is where I think we're going to sit all summer long, no doubt about it. Right. So watch, it came up here. We're below the close of the prior day, and so that's bearish. Price action coming into the numbers, whether it's hot PPI or jobs numbers or whatever, who knows? But watch it come into the dip. As it begins to resolve, then you can turn around and get something else. But these price action events, I'm going to put an alert here also, right? We'll get it right on the money, any which way, and we'll see how that goes. All right, lastly, let's put YM, lastly for the futures, let's put YM up there, right? This one looks kind of rough, to be sure, right? So let's figure out some patterns here. What are we looking at, right? We don't need this line because it cut through it like butter. We maybe need this line to see if it'll resolve up over that wick. And this zone here is potentially the next line in the sand, but wicks like this just tell us we have savage downdraft that can bounce. And so you want to be very careful taking trades here unless the price action has resolved, okay? You want to be super careful with that. Yeah, I mean to blow a raspberry in your ear right there, but that's what I would say. This, to me, looks like the next best line. Let me clone this one because I think it's an important edge. Have a peek. Listen, we're just getting just a natural retrace. Just natural, okay? Let's see what the lines, again, we are in this strange territory. We've 869. We've broken that key support zone, so coming up over it is going to be very important. We're going to drop down for the zone at 3842. I'm going to say this is big range support at 38,427. And then our range support is 38,869. All right, one of these days we'll do a live video where I'll trade around the edges and show you how I get long in these types of spaces and where it stops me out and where I get to continue. Okay, So I think it is neutral to bearish. I'm going to leave it right there. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Big, long price action time frames there. But to see, we're just really giving back a little bit. Negative pressure, yes, but we're still in the buy the dip zone. I know, it is. The dip just needs to be dippy, and it needs to confirm. Look at how many days it takes to do this. And today's Thursday, right? Wednesday, if there's a little thing that says if you break Wednesday's lows, there's a problem with continuation to the downside. Well, we broke it in the pre-market. Let's see if we hold it during the regular trading hours. All right, let's go to SPY. Taking a look at the SPY, definitely neutral state. Let's change that. I'm going to turn neutral to orange anyway. Or maybe, what is that, cantaloupe? Me being obsessive about what colors matter. Ridiculous. Oh, look at this. Take a peek at this. This 512 number, pure gold. Absolute pure gold, has bounced off of it literally 4 weeks out of the last 5, and 6 times out of the last 7. So key buy zone event. Key buy zone event. Let's, okay, it's not letting me do that. How weird is that? Okay, let's go to the dailies. Not letting me see it. That's going to be what we are after, okay? Look at them buying the dip. I think the number just came out a little bit ago. Things are bouncing. That's what we're going to expect, right? You let it hold the zone. It's got to get up over 515 for it to matter, all right? Traders are going to try and cover, and bounces are very much likely to yield more selling pressure because people are getting a little bit nervous. All right, let's put a line. The next line, I don't know, could be either of these. I'm going to put the line of interest. I'm going to create an alert line here. All right, we'll see how this one works here. My thought is we are looking for pullbacks into heavy congestion that bounce but do not give us new highs. Let's take a look finally at the Qs. And of course, I have been yammering for more than 13 minutes, but whatever. $435, still that number. I mean, resilient. But look at how people are trying to buy this up. There is no edge to trending trade when your market looks like this. You're going to get good intraday price action on the dips, and then intraday price action again on the spikes. So you've got to be very, very attentive when it comes down into these lower levels and go, ooh, look, I might be able to buy here. And so 435, we'll get an alert there, but is this one still here? Yes, that one's triggered, but let's see if it gets up to 441. It could easily take out 443 to 444, right? This market is clearly in a sideways formation. There is no trend associated with it, relatively speaking. And the big thing to see, take a look at where this, is. Right on the nose. We're just chopping right around that central space. So we really have very little edge. So watch your size, all right? Be careful, folks. I'll see you on the platforms.